Lia Emi, Dissertation, Bachelor in History at FFLCH, Faculdade de Filosofia, Letras, Ciências Humanas, USP, São Paulo University, 1998. Teacher Preparation Program in History at FE, Faculdade de Educação, USP, São Paulo University, 2000. Master in Social History at FFLCH, Faculdade de Filosofia, Letras, Ciências Humanas, USP, São Paulo University, 2002. Master in School Psychology and Human Development at IP, Instituto de Psicologia, USP, São Paulo University, 2017, with specialization courses in special and inclusive education.
Hi, my name is Lia. My sign is, and in the deafblind community, LIA is spelled on the hand, okay? I was invited by the Desvendando o Universo da Surdo-Cegueira channel to present the research I've developed at the Psychology Institute at USP under the supervision of Professor Lineu Kohatsu in order to get my master's degree. Before starting, I'd like to make a brief self-description for the blind persons. I am a woman with oriental features, long, dark, straight hair with some white strands. I have a round face with freckles. I'm wearing a black long-sleeved turtleneck blouse and a blue lilac crochet shawl. Okay. Now, let's talk about the research. The title of the dissertation is The Inclusion of Students with Deafblindness in the Municipal School System of São Paulo, Specialized Professionals Narratives. I'm not going to present nor list the objectives, methodology, because the whole dissertation is available online and can be accessed in Portuguese, so I will leave the link to the channel staff, okay? I'd like to emphasize in this video the narratives to bring a part of the discussion that is related to some principles that I understand as essential for the inclusion. The narratives allowed the establishment of 4 synthesis words, which also served as subtitles. These words were right, welcoming, respect, and responsibility. These subtitles are intertwined. They are not exclusive to each of the collaborators, and it was the intersection, the conjunction that created a positive space for inclusion with the guarantee of the right of this student to be at school, welcomed by his colleagues, and not only him, but also the teachers directly involved in this work by the other professionals in the unit. Respect for the specific moment that is adolescence, ensuring unique experiences of this phase of life. Teachers, professionals, and adults involved in this process assuming the responsibility collectively. That's where the crisis became an opportunity, as thought by Arendt, one of the theoretical references that has been used in the research. She says that the crisis tears away the facades and obliterates prejudice, and that allows to explore and inquire into whatever has been laid bare of the essence of the matter. However, while highlighting the role of the professionals involved in the inclusion of these students with deafblindness, it is also important to understand the context resulting from decades of struggles of persons with disabilities since before the Constitution of 1988. We are talking about a context with the SME program called Inclui, which had as one of its projects restructuring municipal schools of special education, Emi. This restructuring project culminated in the creation of the IMEBs, Municipal Schools of Bilingual Education for the Deaf, what happens on November 10th, 2011, with the Decree 52785. So it was in one of these IMEBs units that we found the necessary bilingual scenario for this student who uses tactile sign language to communicate. The successful inclusion of a student with deafblindness who uses tactile sign language in a context where we still hear people saying, "Oh, you will include one and exclude the others," it is very significant because we see that it led to the resolution of the crisis with new answers, because it fought a historical legacy of segregation that is still very present in our society. In our research, this idea was analyzed using Adorno and Horkheimer. These authors talk about the secularization of the sacrifice, that sacrifice present in Greek mythology and that endures, and there is repeated with the exclusion of some, believing that this will ensure the success of the others and of the society. But exclusion is violence, and it didn't happen. This violence did not happen in that school. There was emancipation, there was enlightenment, and there is a chapter where I ask emancipation and inclusion, emancipation or inclusion, and as if emancipation allowed inclusion. And what we could realize is that there was a detachment of the word inclusion from its etymological origin, which refers to the idea of the cloister, from the Latin includere. There was a detachment because it was not an inclusion to adapt the student. It was not an inclusion to fill him with contents. It was an inclusion with responsibility, respect, welcoming, acceptance, and to guarantee his rights. So in this scenario, we can use the conclusive conjunction and affirm there was inclusion, then emancipation, and emancipation of each and every person involved. Well, it is just a brief presentation with part of the discussions to invite you to look for the dissertation that is available online in Portuguese. Thank you very much, and thanks to the channel Desvendando o Universo da Surdo-Cegueira for the invitation and the opportunity to present my research. See you. Translation in Libras, Brazilian Sign Language by Tatiane Bonfim. Portuguese subtitles by Lia Emi. English subtitles by Lia Emi. Dubbing by Lia Emi. Edition by Fernanda Falkowski and Renan Antonello.